Hello and welcome. My name is Selena and this is Yoga for Connection. So the most important part about connecting to others is first feeling very connected and grounded in yourself. So in this movement sequence, we're going to be focusing on finding fits and folds and moments of connection to ourselves so that when we feel really safe and embodied in our bodies, we can then go out and be more connected to those around us. I'm very excited for this class. It's a little bit different than maybe what you've done before. Stay with me. We're going to have a great time and I'll see you soon. Okay, so let's come to start in a tabletop just as a transition really, because where we're going is we'll take our right leg and we're going to step our right foot forward. If it didn't get it all the way up there, that is okay. You just help it along the way, but I do want the knee and the ankle to be in the same line and the left leg is long behind you. So looking forward, this is a weird one. Stay with me. Make a fist with the right hand, and then you're going to place the right knee into the right armpit. And I really want you to find that fit. And you're just going to start to massage the knee into the armpit, okay? It's a little bit weird, but we're massaging the knee and we're finding that beautiful fit of the knee into the socket of the armpit. And then we're also starting to move through the lymphatic system. So our armpit holds one of the biggest lymph areas in the body. And when you move through that, it's like you're clearing out gunk. You can think of like a stale, stagnant pond, and we're just trying to move that around. Okay, so switch directions, go the other way. So nice, I know it's weird. And then release the hand. You might have gotten some deodorant on the knee, that's okay. Slide the hips back, flex the right foot, just come out of that for a moment. And then you'll bend back, you'll step the right knee back, and we're just gonna do a really simple switch. So you'll take your left foot forward. Again, we're making sure that the ankle and the knee are in the line. You're looking forward, make a fist with the left hand, place the left knee into the armpit, and start to draw some circles. And you might find some areas in there that feel a little bit more sensitive or kind of tight or sore, I suppose, and that's a good sign. I want you to hang out there and put even more pressure in that spot. So make sure you're circling in both directions. Stay with me. And then when you release that, you'll slide your hips back, look forward, get a little moment of reprieve off that hip flexor, bend back into the left knee and step the feet back. Wonderful. Hands are going to come forward out in front of you. Draw the hips forward, a little lengthening through the hips here. You can rock the seat side to side. Stay nice and strong and tall through the chest. And then send the hips back. From here, we'll come right into a forward fold. So you're going to tuck your toes, lift the hips, and fold over the legs. It's important to me that we take the measure of inner hips distance. So 2 fists side by side, in between the inner arches of the feet, and then you heel toe the feet together so it's kind of like you're tightening a bolt, and that's the measure of your inner hips distance. All 10 toes are pointing in the same direction. You're going to drop the head a lot, bend the knees a lot. This is not about straightening the legs. I want you to have as big of a bend in the knees as possible. And then from here, let's interlace our palms and bring the palms behind the nape of the neck. Okay, so we have a little bit more weight to the head than what gravity is already doing. And when I say bend the knees, I'm going to remind you once again, really bend the knees. Find the contact of the belly onto the thighs. Allow the weight of the hands to pull the brain, the head, away from the tailbone so that you start to traction and find a little bit more space in the spine. Rocking side to side is absolutely welcomed. Stay here with me for about 2 more breaths. So nice. And then release the hands to the floor. This is going to be the slowest thing you've done all day. Push into the feet, 1 vertebra at a time. Start to stack the spine. Remind yourself to let the arms be heavy. Remind yourself to keep dropping the head. You're pushing down into the feet, and you're slowly rolling your way all the way up to stand. You should feel about 2 inches taller when you come up. Take your arms wide, take the arms up to the ceiling, interlace the palms, flip them to push the ceiling away from you, and then lengthen, reach, tick-tock side to side, get a little bit more space through the sides of the waist. Beautiful. Release the arms alongside of you. Take a breath in. As you exhale, let the chin fall in towards the chest. Bend the knees. Start to roll your way back down the exact same way that you came up. So let the arms be heavy, the head is heavy, the knees are bent. It's one vertebra at a time. You're pulling the low navel in and up as you come all the way down. This time, you'll take your two peace fingers, grab hold of the big toe, get a lot of contact there, a lot of connection. So you're grabbing hold of the big toes, and then you're pulling the elbows wide, and that allows you to drop the head even more. Remember, keep the knees bent. Pull the elbows wide, drop the head, maybe find contact of the belly and the thighs. I'm going to be talking a lot about contact because contact is safety. When you can really see how you fit yourself and how you're perfectly fit for yourself, that is when you start to feel embodied. That is when you feel safe. And that is when you can take that connection out into the world because you feel so safe inside of yourself. Give your head a shake yes and a shake no. Soften the shoulders. Stay here for another breath. So nice. Release the big toes, bring the hands to the shins, come out of it for a moment, so push the legs away from you, lengthen the spine, exhale and fold, and then we're gonna come up to stand the same way we just did by pushing down into the feet, by keeping the arms heavy, by keeping the head heavy, slowly rolling all the way up to stand. The head is the last to arrive. This time, let's take some shoulder rolls up, back, and down. And switch directions, go the other way. Nice. Take your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. This time, hook for opposite thumbs. Allow the palms to face forward. All 10 fingers reach up towards the ceiling. You can keep a tiniest bend in the knees here, but the legs are nice and engaged. And then you'll side bend over to the right. And you'll come back to center. And from two strong straight legs, you'll side bend over to the left. And you'll come back through center, and then you'll release the arms down alongside of you. Again, chin to chest, bend in the knees, slowly roll your way all the way down. Glance at your toes, make sure they're still pointing in the same direction. Can you let the head be a little heavier? Can you let the arms be a little heavier? Reminder once again to bend the knees. So this time you're gonna lift your toes, lift your feet up off the mat, and slide your hands underneath the feet. So you're lifting the feet and you're stepping onto the palms, and you can see now that my big toe ball mounds are basically connected to my thumb knuckles. So I've got a lot of contact here, and if this feels crazy, just bend the knees more. I promise you, you can get in there. So we're stepping on the feet, and then drop the head, take the elbows wide, belly to the thighs. A lot of contact here between the hands and the feet. Good, and if we start to think of our body almost like origami, that hip, our hip crease, that's the biggest crease, the most important crease in our piece of paper. That's how we get all of these fits and folds. So can you crease at the hips even more intelligently? Can you drop the head even more? Can you try lifting the sitting bones high as you keep dropping the head? Give your head a shake yes, give your head a shake no. Nice, soft bend here, one more breath. Release the hands, bring the hands to the shins, look forward and lengthen, and then exhale and fold. You know where we're going. Press into the feet, head heavy, arms heavy, one vertebra at a time. Roll your way up to stand. So we're playing with the sense of making contact. Head's the last to come up. And then we're also really opening through the spine. You're likely going to feel some clearing through the brain as the sinuses start to open up as well. Take the arms wide all the way up to the ceiling. Hook for opposite thumbs again, but put a different thumb on top. So it's going to be the non-habitual kind of weird one. Put a little bend in the knees, side bend to the right, back through center, side bend to the left, back through center. You know where we're going. It's the last one. Release the arms alongside of you. Allow the chin to heavy in towards the chest. One vertebra at a time. Roll your way all the way down to the floor. I'm going to offer a variation for some of you with really tight hamstrings. If this is feeling like too much, place a blanket behind the backs of the heels so you can lift up onto the heels. And if that's where you're at, you're just gonna stay here right now, and you're just gonna take this fold and feel a little bit more precarious into the balls of the feet. Fingertips are there for you. If you're still working with me, we're in this fold. Now you're gonna lift your heels up, and you're gonna place the heel of the foot into the palm of the hand. It's this really beautiful, almost like a baseball into a mitt fit. And you're gonna do that on both of your feet. Bend the knees even more if this feels crazy. Just give it a try, why not? What do you have to lose? So now you're stepping into the palms, you're dropping the head. You have so much contact now, belly to thighs, arm bones wrapping into the backs of the calves. Head is dropping, lift the butt any amount. Stay here or add on with me by bending the knees so much that you start to look forward. I know this is crazy. We call these yoga squats. I promise that you can do them sooner or later. Lift the butt and drop the head. Let's do that 5 times. Bend the knees, look forward. See if you can keep the belly and the thighs connected the whole time. Lift the butt, drop the head. Bend the knees, look forward. We are asking so much of your legs, and they are delivering because we are doing this together. 2 more. Bend the knees, look forward. If you want to go faster to get it over with, I don't blame you. Bend the knees, look forward. Lift the butt, drop the head. Okay, here we are. Unstep out of the hands. Bring the hands to the shins, look forward. And then exhale and fold. Last time, I promise. Push into the feet, slowly roll your way up to stand. Head heavy, head the last to come up. And here we are. Okay, bring your hands onto the hips. And just take a little movement through the hips here. And move it the other way. And you can keep your hands on the hips. We'll go for a quad stretch by bending the right knee, grabbing hold of the foot. Draw the knee in towards the left, a little bit of balance. If you want to add on, you take your left arm up and just feel that really nice opening across the front of your right hip flexor, front of the right quadricep. Step the right foot down and we'll switch. So bend the left knee, grab the left foot, heavy the tailbone, knees draw in. Take your right arm up to the ceiling, play with balance, you've got this. And step the left foot down, both arms are up. Arms come alongside of you. Great work. Let's come to meet in a seat. And when you come up to a seat, let's bring our hands to our hips just to reground here at center. Bring your weight into the left leg, bend the right knee, grab for the right foot, give that knee a little squeeze, knees hug in towards center. You should feel a beautiful stretch across the front of this right hip flexor. If you want to play with balance, take the left arm up to the ceiling, reach, get nice and long. Good, and then step that right foot down. Transfer the weight now into the right leg. Bend the left knee, grab for the left foot. Hand on the hip is an option, or you take the right arm up and you're squeezing the knees together. You're reaching up through the right fingertips. And then step that left foot down, both arms up for a moment. Look up and release the hands. So good. Come back down onto your hands and knees. Move my props off to the side. So you're going to come back into hands and knees, and then we'll take it back into a lunge. So right foot will come forward. Adding on a little bit here. Left leg is long behind you, left toes point. Vision is forward. So before I was talking about making a lot of contact between the hands and the feet, now we're going to frame the face. So you'll take your arms up. You're going to grab for opposite elbows and really fit the bony points of the elbows into the soft receptive part of the palms. Another beautiful fit, another example of how we're meant to fit ourselves. Take the arms up, arms in line with the ears. With the grab of the elbows, can you lift up a little bit higher towards the ceiling? Maybe you even lean the frame back a little bit, your heart comes forward. So a lot of us fitting ourselves and feeling confident within ourselves is so that we can play in the world more confidently. So as you've got this beautiful fit and your heart comes forward, you're singing with the world, playing with the world. Stay for one more breath. Good, release the hands down to the floor. You'll step the right knee back and we'll just do a simple switch. So your left leg comes forward once again. Vision is forward. Point the right toes. You'll grab for opposite elbows, but we're going to take a different form on top than we did before. So your non-habitual elbow grab. Fit the bony points of the elbows into the soft receptive part of the palms. Lift up through the elbows. Lift up through the armpits. Chin stays parallel to the floor. Feel that sense of drawing your heart forward. Another ball and mitt fit here with the elbows into the palms, just like your eyes fit into the eye sockets, the thigh bones into the thigh sockets. Take one more breath. hip sockets, thigh bones into the hip sockets. And then exhale, release the hands down, step that left knee back. Really good work. Let's come to meet in a comfortable seat to seal our practice together. So coming to sit cross-legged. We've done a lot with the legs, so if you want to place a blanket underneath the seat, by all means do so. Sit up nice and tall. Hands will ground onto your thighs, eyes closed. And can you feel the contact of the palms resting into the thighs supporting the palms, and that transfer of heat and energy between the contact there? That moment of safety. Yeah. And as you come to a comfortable seat, can you feel how the palms are resting down on the thighs? The warmth of the palms kind of emanates into the thighs support the hands, and you have that, once again, really beautiful sense of contact and safety and support. Soften the shoulders away from the ears, steady the breath. And then can you call to mind a memory that you have, maybe from the week or the day or your whole life, when you felt really connected to somebody? Maybe you were supporting them or they were supporting you on your journey. But there was this real sense of connection. And can you call to mind a memory when you felt very connected to nature? How did that feel for you? What did that look like? What did that sound like? And then can you call to mind a time when you felt really deeply connected to yourself? And can you feel the warmth of that memory travel over you? When you felt really deeply connected to yourself. And draw your hands together to a prayer shape at heart center, another moment of connection, bringing palms together, finger knuckles together, fingertips together, pressing evenly through both the left and the right hand to find a really solid center. Chin will heavy down in towards the chest. Sealing our practice together. Blink the eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Selena. It's a pleasure to have you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you soon.